Okay, for 1053, they want us to solve, and they want us to do it by rewriting the bases, but that is the best way anyway, so we would normally do that. So we have, for A, 8 to the x equals 2 to the 6. So again, we're trying to get these bases to be the same, because once the bases are the same, then we can say that the exponents must be the same. So I can rewrite 8 as 2 to the third, right? 2 to the third is 8. So this becomes 2 to the third to the x, right? Which is the same as 8 to the x, equals 2 to the 6th. Now, power to power rule says that 2 to the third to the x, we multiply the powers. So 3 times x is 3x. So now we have 2 to the 3x equals 2 to the 6th. Okay. So we've made the bases the same. Since the bases are now the same, the exponents we now know are the same. So that means 3x must equal 6. And we divide by 3 on both sides, and we get x equals 2. Okay, let's do B. B, we have 9 squared equals 3 to the 2x plus 1. So again, let's try to write these with the same base. So I know that 9 is 3 squared, right? So I can write 9 as 3 squared raised to the second power, right? That's 9 raised to the second power equals 3 to the 2x plus 1. Now, power to power rule, I have squared again, right? 2 to the next. So that's 2 times 2 is 4. So I have 3 to the 4th equals 3 to the 2x plus 1. So once again, once the bases are the same, we now know that the exponents must be the same. So 4 equals 2x plus 1. I'll subtract 1 from both sides, and I get 3 equals 2x. And then I'll divide both sides by 2, and I get 3 halves, right, equals x. So x equals 3 halves for B. Okay, let's do C. Let me make space. C, we have 4 to the 2x power equals 1 half to the x plus 5 power. Okay, so the goal is to get both of these bases to be the same, right? And it's not like I have to get the 1 half to be a base 4 or the 4 to be a base 1 half. So I could get them both to be base 2, for instance. So for the 4, that's 2 squared, right? So 2 squared. And then it was raised to the 2x power, right? Now, 1 half, let's think about this. 1 half as a base 2 is 2 to the negative 1, right? 2 to the negative 1 is 1 over 2, right? So I could rewrite 1 half as 2 to the negative 1 power, and that's raised to the x plus 5. Now, power to power rule. 2 to the second to the 2x. So we multiply the powers. We get 2 times 2x is 4x. So 2 to the 4x equals. Now I have negative 1 times x plus 5. Let's do that over to the side. Negative 1 times x plus 5 is negative x minus 5. So this is 2 to the negative x minus 5. So now we successfully have the bases the same. The bases are 2's. And the powers, or the exponents, are now equal. So 4x equals negative x minus 5. Add x to both sides, and we get 5x equals negative 5. Divide, I'm going to come up here, right? Divide both sides by 5, and we get x equals negative 1 for part C. Now, if you're not sure and you want to test this out, let's make some space. Let's just do it right up here, right? So let's put substitute the negative 1 in to the original equation. So it was 4 to the 2x, which is negative 1, equals 1 half to the x, which is negative 1, plus 5. So that's 4 to the negative 2 equals 1 half to the negative 1 plus 5. That's positive 4, right? Sorry, negative 1. Okay. 4 to the negative 2 is 1 over 4 squared. And 1/2 to the 4th is 2 to the 4th is 2, 4, 8, 16, right? And then we quickly see that 1/16 equals 1/16, and we know we're right.